Good morning. It's Monday morning and this is Morning Prime. My name's Aaron Houghton. I'm the founder of the Founders First System, and this tool is one of the tools we teach and one that I use every morning myself. It's called a morning priming session, and some of the top entrepreneurs I've ever talked to make this a part of their life. So thanks for joining me, and you're going to get to go through my morning priming session with me today. So thanks for being here. I've got my 3 categories here from my Design the Perfect Morning Routine worksheet from the Founders First System workshop. And I'm going to start with an activity from the calm category to calm the mind and the body. So let's go ahead and jump in. This one's called 10 clearing breaths. It's really simple. It's literally just 10 clearing breaths in a row. I do this in the mornings. I also do this before meetings and sometimes when shifting between activities during the day, and it helps to get to calm quickly. So a clearing breath is a breath where you breathe in fully, hold it for just a half second, and then the release is like somebody popped a balloon. So don't force it out with force, but simply just release it and let it drop. You may feel your chest rising when you bring the breath in, and then you can let it drop. Think about relaxing the muscles in your face, relaxing your shoulders, your arms. Make sure you're seated in a comfortable position with your feet flat on the floor as we get started. So let's start with the first breath. I'm going to count them to myself and just join at a similar pace as we go along. Here we go. Breath number 1. And these last 2, just think about your shoulders and everything releasing on the out breath, muscles in your face. Anything you can let go of in these breaths, just let it go when the air comes out. Don't worry about the sound that you make when you let a breath out. I think when you're doing this by yourself, it's kind of part of the process to just hear that release of air. And it's a fun thing to do around a table if you have your team together in person or even on a Zoom call. I actually suggest people go off of mute for this. There's something just relaxing about hearing all of the breaths and hearing everyone together participating in it and just letting go of all the things that they need to let go of. Our second activity today is air squats. So we're just going to do these quickly. So this is a movement practice, and it's not like a normal air squat. We're going to actually exaggerate our breath with these in order to keep them, in order to kind of hyper oxygenate ourselves and build energy. And it also builds a calm state. When we have lots of oxygen in our system, our brain is calm. And so we're going to just do, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 here. So I'm going to move my chair, get somewhere comfortable where you can stand, and it goes like this. So it's really straightforward, just an air squat. We're going to start with our hands along our waist, and then as we come down, we're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe in on the way up, and then out on the way down. Lift your hands up when you come down. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10. We're going to do them really fast. So here we go. That's the first 10, shake it out. Breathe normally for a breath or 2. Here we go, 10 more. Hands by your side, breathe in. Stand up, shake it out. We're gonna do 10 more and finish it out. Good, definitely feeling that Quick breaths again, so time the breaths with the movement, quick movements up and down. Normal breath as we get started, and then here we go. All right, shake it out, good job. I want you to just sit for a second now and think about how your body feels. Feet flat on the floor, hands resting on your legs. If you're comfortable doing it, palms up. Signals to the body that we're not scared of anything. When we bring ourselves in and hold ourselves tight, our body thinks that we're afraid of something. There might be risk to our body. So when we open up, we put our hands facing upright. It tells the body that we can relax right now. So just take 20 seconds to observe how you feel right now. Has anything changed from before those first 10 clearing breaths? And has anything changed now after the movement and breath that we did together? All right, now I'm going to lead a short visualization. And today's visualization, I've caught myself thinking about when this coronavirus quarantine is going to be over and what that's going to be like. The weather here in Boulder just shifted from beautiful and sunny the last several days to beautiful but snowy. We're getting about a foot of snow. These spring storms are pretty fun, but it's got me thinking ahead to what's going to come next. So go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable. And I want us to think about, let's say it's a week after the stay-at-home order has ended, and we don't know exactly what that's going to look like. But assume that you can move into space that you haven't been able to be in recently, that you're out of your home, you're visiting with other people at their houses or at work or just out in public. You're able to get close to friends and see them at parks and give somebody a hug. Picture what that feels like to reconnect. It always feels good, but in this moment where we've been constrained from normal activity for so many weeks, what is it going to feel like the first time you reconnect with somebody that's really important in your life that maybe you've just seen over FaceTime or Zoom video or conversations and text? What's it going to be like to be with them in person again, and how good that's going to feel? Think about in that moment what you see around you and how you feel. Is there renewed hope for what's to come in the weeks ahead? Your routine for the last 6 to 8 weeks is going to change again. It's going to change to new things that you haven't been able to do recently. Maybe things that were normal life and normal routine before can come back again. So how does that feel? Think about the expression on the people's faces around you. I think everyone's going to be just overjoyed. In our normal routine, we can become overwhelmed with the amount of people around us sometimes. I certainly can. I think that's going to go away for a couple weeks when we're back out again, and everyone's going to be so excited to see you, and you're going to be excited to see them, even strangers and people in stores, and people are going to feel that reconnection. So what will you see? What do you see in this moment on people's faces? And how do they feel in seeing you? And what expression is on your face as you're looking around and walking through your day? Now I want you to think back on, in this moment in our visualization, the quarantine is over, we're out again. What did you learn? What did we learn through this period of time that's now over in our visualization? Did we learn something about ourselves? Did we learn something scary? Did we learn something really positive? What are your big takeaways from those moments of constraint and change that were forced upon us. How did you do? I guess if we're in this visualization, we survived. So that's good. We made it, and we made it through together. Picture how you feel in the moment, thinking about what you gained from that experience and what you learned from that experience. And think about the new strength that you have now that you didn't have before. Or maybe you didn't know you had it. You had to bring it up in that moment. Let's take 2 last breaths as we finish up. All right, we've got just a couple minutes left. So our next activity is around positivity. And so building the positivity that we need to carry through today at the beginning of our week to give us the energy and also to start that filter in our mind that the things we encounter today that we're maybe, we don't know what we're going to encounter today. So we might have interpreted them negatively. We might interpret them positively. This gives us a chance to see the bright side of whatever it is that we're going to encounter today. So I do my gratitude journaling here in the positivity category. So everyone just take a minute, and we're going to take 2 minutes here and see how many items you can write down. So as I always share, just 1 or 2 words, per bullet point is fine. Some people like to write longer form gratitude, and that's fine too. So just see how much you can get down on paper. It's not a race. How many different thoughts can you have of things that you're grateful for? I'll share a couple of mine. You can keep writing more down if they're coming to you. So a couple of them are related to this different time that we're in right now. My first one is extra time. So I had several things committed in the last week of March and the first couple of weeks of April. Some of them were family vacations and fun. But with those canceled, I've recaptured so much time for other things that I was behind on my to-do list. And so making progress on some of those things that I otherwise would have probably procrastinated on and used these other activities as an excuse to not get done are getting done, and that feels really good. And then I also wrote people checking in. So the occasional just ask, how are you doing? How's your family doing? I'm trying to remember to extend that to other people as well, because I'm definitely thinking about them. But that just feels good that people ask how we're doing in this time, and it's reminds me that we're connected. All right. So I hope you have a good number of things on your gratitude list. I think it's so easy to forget how many things we're grateful for, even in a time like this when everything is different. So that's the end of our 15-minute session, Morning Prime. Gosh, it goes by so quickly. So thanks for joining me. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, live here on Facebook at 7:07 a.m. Mountain Time. And Morning Prime is all about helping get our minds calm, positive, and prepared for the day. So I hope you'll join me again. Thanks so much.